All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Hump Day Hustle. I'm Coach Eddie, and this is Dr. Michael Jordan. And here's our list of exercises that we're doing today. And that might not all make a lot of sense right yet, but just look back at the post from yesterday if you have a moment. If you're unsure about what our workout is today, or the template photo for today's StreamYard is the workout that we're going to be doing. All right, so this is week, I think, 4. I know for sure we have 2 more weeks left that we're working up to perform the benchmark set. The benchmark set will be performed 3 weeks from now. So 2 more working weeks, and then 1 more week will be the benchmark set. So remember that benchmark set is a sprint, a carry, and a bear hold. And so we are building up to that and working up to that. So we're going to go ahead and not delay too much. Michael, unless you have anything to say, we're just going to get into this warm up and get this workout going. Okay? All right. All right, everybody. So we're doing a warm up that's a little different today than what we've typically been doing. And one of the things we're going to do is 10 minutes of continuous movement. Okay, so hold on 1 second here. All right, so we're going to do 10 minutes of continuous movement. We are not going to pause or break. So typically our warm-ups, Michael and I, we spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up. We try not to warm up any longer than that and waste any extra time. I do a 10-minute continuous movement sometimes as a warm-up for running, but I figured I'd give you guys a different idea or different template for you to warm up rather than always having to focus on a set number of exercises, reps, and sets. So this is just 10 exercises, 1 minute each of each exercise. Try to focus on nasal inhale as much as possible. Dr. Jordan and I have taught a lot over the last 2 weeks about how to properly nasal inhale, and we want to focus on that here. We also want to focus on the low abs and the obliques, making sure we have those muscles on. So, Mandy, where's your phone at with the timer? All right, thank you, Michael. All right, so first exercise is a dead bug hold. You're going to go into the dead bug position. None of these exercises are really new. Okay, we've been doing most of these exercises over the last couple of weeks, or they're traditional exercises. For example, jumping jacks, which everybody pretty much knows how to do jumping jack. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that dead bug position. You're going to hold it for a minute, starting now. Think about breathing in through your nose, out through your nose if you can, or out through your mouth. Okay, low abs and obliques. After this, we're going to do heel drops. And heel drops, all we're doing there is dropping our heel to the ground nice and smoothly. Okay, alternating legs during the 1 minute. Michael, I see you shaped everything off. How you feel? You feel naked? It looks good though. All right, make sure we're not using our 6-pack abs here, guys. Make sure we're focused on those low abs and obliques. So reset if you need to. Drop each heel to the ground now. Alternate for a minute. You need to put your feet down, reset, feel free, okay? 5 or 10-second break once or twice throughout these 10 minutes is not going to be a huge deal, okay? Especially if it means putting you in the right position. After this, we're going to do a bear hold for a minute. So if you think to our test, we're doing lots of shoulder taps from that bear position. So we've been doing lots of push-ups. We're doing a lot of shoulder strengthening exercises. This will be one of them. So 5 seconds, roll over, get into that bear position. All right, go. So Hands and elbows directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, knees about 2 to 3 inches up off the ground. Strong core, find your lats if you can. Try to keep that back as flat as possible. Okay, try not to roll it one side or the other. Try not to arch it up or arch it down. Good job, good job. All right, the next thing we're gonna do are toe taps. So it's essentially the same thing as a dead bug heel drop. Okay, it's just in the bear position, so knees off the ground still. You're gonna raise each foot up off the ground another 2 to 3 inches, and then tap it back down. Alternate for a minute. Go. So if you can hear your foot smacking the ground, you're doing it wrong. Okay, these are little kisses. Kiss the ground. Good job, everyone. Keep it up. Go ahead and rock back if you need to. Right? Quality. In 5 seconds, we're going to go to bird dogs. All right, 3, 2, 1. Same concept. Reach as a dead bug, okay? Or even as the bear. Keep that core strong. Try not to rotate from one side to the other, okay? You take one hand out in front of you, press through the opposite heel. Notice how I'm not really reaching up, okay? I'm just reaching out. Do 2 or 3 per side, and then switch to 2 or 3 on the other side. You have another 30 seconds left. So all of this should be getting our core going. We're going to give our shoulders a break here pretty soon. All right, next thing we're going to do is bear shoulder taps for a minute. After that minute, we're giving our shoulders a break. All right, up, tap. This is too challenging. Feel free to go back to the toe taps. The toe taps are getting too challenging. Feel free to go back to the heel drops. Once again, we're trying not to shift, rotate, twist, rock all too much, okay? An inch or two in one direction or the other, not a big deal. More than that, focus on getting that core engaged, press your feet into the ground harder. Ten seconds. Next, we have glute bridges, giving our shoulders a break. Get our lower half warmed up now. All right. Like Michael's explained, okay? Find that triangle. All right, low abs, obliques, no six pack. So below the belly button to the hip bone, okay, a little bit past it, down into the groin region. You might feel it too, those low abs and obliques. You can either, like Michael's doing, just hold the up. You can do repetitions. Okay, you can do a little bit of both. That's fine too. What exercises you put in your warm-up matter. They should be intentional to warm up parts of your body. Since we're doing a lot of carries today, want to get those glutes warmed up. The next one is the frogs glute bridge. So feet together, knees out to the side. One more minute. Should feel this in a little bit of a different spot. You want to press your feet together slightly. Okay? Control the movement. Don't arch that low back. Keep your core strong. You can only press up, okay? Squeeze those glutes. Extend that hip up as far as you can control your core. So if your core gives out, you get the hips all the way up here. This is a count. That's not good. Got to keep those glutes and core involved. And the next one are jumping jacks. All right, this is how we're finishing up. Everybody knows jumping jacks. If you can't do jumping jacks, feel free to just hop in place. Or you can jog in place if that's better for you too, depending on what your limitations are. So we're going to get ready to get into our first set in 30 seconds. One of the exercises is halos, one of Michael Jordan's favorite exercises. We got squats with 5 pulses and crunches with a 3-second hold. So the other 2 exercises we did last week during the set. All right. Go ahead and stop. Get some water if you need to. Get a weight that you can do halos for. We'll demonstrate all these exercises. Be back in about 15 seconds. Get those started. All right. 10 to 20 reps per exercise. Michael, do you want to demonstrate halos? Sure. Okay. So Michael really believes in these. Awesome. He's making me a believer as well. Okay, guys. So you can have a weight plate, dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever. You're going to keep it in front of your head. You're going to buzz a halo around. Those wide elbows. And each circle is 1 rep. And how many are we doing on each side? 10 to 20. All right, so 10 to 20 in each direction. I like to bow my elbows out wide to get a nice big shoulder rotation in each of these. Try not to bring your arms down for the entirety of the set. Cool. All right, next exercise, guys, is a squat with a pulse. So if you have an object that you want to grab and squeeze it, okay? All you're going to do is lower yourself down and then pulse there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squat up. That's 1 rep. Got 10 to 20 of those, okay? And then your last exercise is a 3-second crunch, okay? So you're going to crunch up, hold that up position for 3 seconds, and then you'll go ahead and go back down. That'll be 1 repetition. So this first set will take a little bit longer. Michael, you want to demonstrate the crunches too? Yep. All right, I'm going to angle this down just a bit. Okay, so what I'm thinking about here is my triangle, and that's with my pelvis bones, my belly button, and my pubic bone, right? My pelvis bone. So I put my hands like that. I feel myself pull my lower abs towards my chest. There's an ab-induced pelvic tilt, so punch your butt here. And then what we're going to do is try to keep that tension, lift your sternum in the air without crunching your head forward. Very important. Don't add the neck. You should be able to breathe. Okay. 3 seconds. That's about 1 inhale and exhale. Or 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's all good. All right, guys. So we're going to do about 4 rounds of these 3 exercises. Alternatives for halos. Grab a lighter weight. Or if you have an issue with those halos, okay, you don't even need to use a weight if it means that you're actually moving your hands in that sort of direction around. What we're looking for on halos, if you add weight, is great. We're going to strengthen those shoulders. But if not, I want to see those shoulder blades working. And especially, I don't want to see you using your traps, pulling those shoulders up towards your ears, okay? With a weight or without. So, alternative for a squat with a pulse, you could do a wall sit if you absolutely have to. You could do body weight squats instead of pulsing, or you could just do no squat, or I'm sorry, no weight with your squats. Okay, so first regression is no weight with your squat. Second regression be body weight squats. Third regression would be something like a wall sit. Okay, or you can go back and do some bridges. All right, alternatives to the crunch. If you can't do these are too stressful. You can't get out of your neck. Please do some other variation of crunch that you know that you can feel your core work, okay, without using your neck. So let's fight that battle first. Get your core to work without having to use your neck. All right, let's get into them. I think you said about that. I don't know if you want a 30 for the tables. I have a 30 in my back. Iggy, stop. Good job, everyone. So we should be getting a lot better at this squat with pulses. So two options. If you don't have a heavier weight than what you're using, then try to increase your reps. If you do have a heavier weight, first recommendation would be to add a heavier weight, right? So when we get to the push-ups next round, same thing. Right? If you have weight, you add a little weight to you on these push-ups with a vest, a small plate on your back. Great. Can't do that, but add more repetitions in there. Is that 60 yet, Michael? Oh my god. Oh, it's 20 for the game. No, Michael. All right, these halos are tough, guys. Keep it up. All right, so great point to make. Okay, so if you listen to Michael, okay, he sets his core at the top. Okay, he's setting his brace, and one of the ways you can tell is that he takes his inhale at the top. Okay, if you can also see his face, you can also see that he's kind of creating that pressure. And while making that pressure up in your face doesn't help you any, okay, maybe a little, it's making that pressure in the core, right? So Michael takes his air in at the top, sets his core. What does that mean? That means engaging your core muscles. Think about all the ones that we've talked about, focused on throughout the beginning, throughout warm up. Okay, obliques, low abs. Okay, other muscles deeper than the six pack. So he gets all of those things set. So when he goes down, what you'll notice is he's not arching his back at the bottom every time he bounces. Okay, and his inhale and exhale are consistent. He is constantly exhaling while he's down. Okay, and this just helps because if you're at the bottom of your squat and then you take another inhale, just stand there for a second and try inhale, exhale. You'll notice your body position does change slightly, okay? So what he's doing is he's setting his brace at the top with the strong inhale, just taking the core, making it strong, and then adding an additional 10 to 20% of brace, okay, of tightness, okay, pressure in his abdomen because of his breath on top of it. And then as he squats, he slowly exhales, but he does not lose his core strength, okay, throughout that whole thing. So think about that when you squat, especially a heavy squat, okay? Get that brace set, and ready to go. Last point to make on this, okay, is that if you feel like you are arching your back or your lower back is bothering you on these squats, I would be willing to say that there's a 75% chance that your brace or your core isn't set the right way, okay? So we don't want our core to be set where our hips are back like this. We want a nice, tall stack. You can tell if I'm standing regularly, this is the way it looks from the side, okay? I'm going to go ahead and sort of tuck those hips under me just a slight bit so I can gauge those low abs. Try to do the same thing. A little more simple. Four. Yeah. Andy, how you doing? It's a little bit of a killer set. The next set. Okay. Starting round 4. Oh, yeah. You have 20 reps. You're doing 20 reps per exercise. We have a little bit more to go. So we're going to give about another 3 to 4 minutes on this set. Okay, so take your time. Don't rush. High quality. Okay, high quality reps. All right. If you get through all of them, cool. If you don't stress about it. It's not a big deal. All right, we got to move into a different variation of squats here in a minute anyway. All right, so still going to be able to build our booty. Get that booty blast. All right, and then we're going to do some push-ups and stuff as well. So we're still working shoulders, still working core. So if you can only get 3.5 rounds in or whatever, not a big deal. Okay, so right now got about another 2.5 minutes before we move into our next set of exercises. Yeah, so it's brutal spot right now. All right, good job, everybody. Finish up the exercise you're on. Maybe get a few reps in of the next exercise. We got less than a minute. All right, go ahead and grab some water. All right, we good? We good. Got a few sets to do again. All right, so good job. Go ahead. All right, we're gonna keep moving. Like Michael said, he's gonna do a couple more sets at the end, so you guys can do the same. All right. Next, we have push-ups. We've been doing push-ups the last few weeks, so nothing changes. If you've been stuck at 6-point stance push-ups or incline push-ups, let's either lower the incline or try, 5 traditional push-ups and then move to your knees. Okay, let's try to work towards those traditional push-ups. Next exercise we have is Cossack squats. Okay, so you can do this with a pole to help balance you. The pole will be right down the middle, but on a Cossack squat, okay, all we're doing is getting a nice wide stance. Okay, notice how my feet are wider than my shoulders. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and send my hips back first, okay? And then I'm going to pick a leg to go down. All right, so notice my knee is still stacked over my foot. I'm going to squeeze that glute to stand up. I'm going to send my hips back, and then I pick a side. Now, as you get better at this, you don't have to send your hips back and then move. You can just pick a side and go for it, okay? This is what it looks like from the side. Okay, we're going for 10 to 20 per side. And the last thing we have are any version of lat rows with 5 pulses. Okay, so row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 rep, okay? So 10 to 20 per side. We have bands set up over here, so we're going to do them as sort of a 3-point row. All right. You can do them whatever way you want. You can do lat pull downs even. It's up to you. Just get those pulses in. Really find that lat. Michael, what are your words?
Now, for those rows, the highest lat activation in a horizontal row is going to be palms up, squeezing out wide. But we don't want to do that every time. So we're going to do some neutral grip, palms facing each other to quarter turn, or just stay neutral, or just stay palms down. But you can always mix it up. We don't want to be stuck in one position. Okay, so we want to make sure our shoulders can rotate and still pull in every direction, just in case we need to do that.
Perfect, awesome, and that Michael's got a great point that even builds into the way things that we carry. Michael and I don't always just carry sandbags or kettlebells. We do different grips, so you can think about this for pretty much anything, right, Michael?
Totally.
Yeah, change up that grip. All right, 4 rounds, 10 to 20 per exercise, 10 to 20 reps per exercise. All right, Cossack squats, use a pull. That would be some sort of regression. Okay, pull right down the middle just to help you get back into those hips. All right, and then lat rows. Okay, pick an angle that works for you. All right, let's get to it. All right, on these Cossack squats, okay, you can do with a weight or without a weight, okay? So I'm just gonna try to do 5 and 5, 5 with the weight per side, 5 without a weight. So one of the things you'll notice is I pick up my opposite toe. I just let that heel pivot. Feel free to do that. It might take some tension off your knee and off your hips. That heel down, but keep the heel down, but pick that those toes up. Okay, so I feel a lot of glutes here. Okay, similarly to the frog glute bridges. I feel some hamstring. Feel some inside thigh muscles. Okay. All right. All right. So hopefully by this point in time, you're feeling your core, feeling your glutes, feeling your pecs, feeling your lats, okay? Should be feeling a lot, okay? Yeah, one workout a week together. Best believe we're going to try to hit a lot in a sensible manner.
So guys, I've been working on my pull-ups. That's my puniest move in the dojo. So I've been doing a strategy. I've got a pull-up bar in my door frame at home, and I've been doing greasing the groove. That's the strategy. All that means is picking that motion you suck at, and every often throughout the day, try to do like 3 reps. Try to do 1 rep if you can. Try to do a negative rep. Just
What's a
getting,
negative rep?
yeah, negative rep. So negative rep, just getting to the top and doing the slow motion, decelerating yourself to the finish. All that means is you're trying to do little bits of reps, pre-failure. So you've got lots of reps in reserve, meaning you can do a few more, you're not going to failure. I'm doing that all day. I get about 30 pull-ups a day right now. I'm not too sore from it, uh, but I can tell my pull-ups are already getting stronger and rows are getting stronger. Try that technique out if there's something that is difficult for you. So like push-ups, you can't do a push-up, you can do lots of little incline ones stuff to do.
All right, this is round 3 I'm working on. We're coming up to the 50-minute mark, guys. So Spend about another 5 minutes or so going through this set, and then our last set and our cool down will take probably no more than about 15 minutes. Okay, so looking at about an hour, 10 minutes max for this workout. He's like, oh, I think I see an opportunity. Let me make a break. All right, guys, 1 minute left. Finish up.
All right, finish up the exercise you're on. If you got just push up left, push up left. Go ahead and just bang those out so they're a little quicker.
And once you're done with that exercise, grab water, grab your tool for carries. One last set. Set should take no longer than 10 minutes. All right. We started explaining the last set. Okay, last set, we're going to do 7 rounds. You're going to carry your object for 50 meters, drop it and sprint for 25. Your rest, okay, is the time it takes you from the end of your sprint to get back to that object plus 10 seconds. Okay, so walk with your object for 50 meters. The end of 50 meters, don't drop it, pause, and then sprint. I want it to be as fluid a motion as possible. I want you to go straight from carrying this heavy object to just lighten up like the Flash, okay? And going for these sprints. These are just 25 meters. We did these last week, okay? And you had to carry your sandbag last week in your arms for 45 seconds, which is probably going to be longer than it's going to take you to do 50 meters with your object, okay? So 7 rounds. When you walk back, you get back to that sandbag, breathe, take a couple deep breaths, about 10 seconds, and then get into your next one. When we're done with this, we're cooling down. We're going to start here in just about 30 seconds or so. So 50 meters is from this tree down to that pole. Okay. Down to that pole, that's about 50 meters. Unless you want to go down to that tree and back. Yeah. Is that good? Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to turn this so you guys can see us run and struggle with you. So just walk with it, carry it for 50 meters. The second you drop it at that end, meters, sprint 25. Walk back, pick it up, go again. Okay? And halfway is the wide tree, guys. Just so you guys know. Thanks. You guys ready? All right, let's go ahead and get to it. 7 rounds. All right, y'all, that was 2. 5 more.
All right. You should hold this one huge upper back pull.
All right, y'all, that's 4. 4 rounds. right, one more. Here you get straight into cool down. One more.
Get up right.
All right, everybody. Nice job. Nice job. All right, so what you notice, she starts to suck a lot as the sets go on and on. First off, we're going to start in 90-90 position, 10 to 20 per side, okay? Get straight into our cool down. So, notice it starts to suck as the set goes on and on, okay? You start realizing that that walk back to the bag is not as far as you hoped or thought it was, okay? And then you start to realize that your sprints wear down. And a 25-meter sprint at first, you might be like, oh, that's nothing. If you give max effort, you're going to realize by the time you get to 4, that fourth one is going to be slower, okay, than number 1, unless you're in pretty good condition. So we used this term last week. We're going to use it again, okay? Resiliency. Don't quit on those sets as we get deeper into a workout, or as you get deeper into I would say anything, but as you get deeper into most things, you're going to need to be resilient and not give in, okay, to the exhaustion or fatigue that you might be feeling. So sets like that, we're looking for you to really push forward and give more. Think about the end of a 2-mile run, okay? Last half mile, be really sucking wind sometimes. You got to keep going. All right, next thing on our list was angels. Any variation. If you watch Movement Monday, we did them supine in the videos. We did them supine with the feet on the wall. We did them supine hook line position. You can do these standing up. Okay, you can do these against the wall. All we're looking for is, if you're against an object, is to keep your lower back pressed on it, your wrists and your elbows are the back of your hands. If you can't get your wrists, just the back of your hands on the wall. You're going to drive those elbows down towards your side. Press those arms up out wide like a giant Y in the YMCA. We're going 10 to 20 of these here. Your arms, your shoulder joints should be in an external rotation here, okay? So none of this diving forward business. And we want to get that back, okay? Sort of think about a proud chest in a way. We're more in that position than we are in a slumped position. You should feel this between your shoulder blades, below your shoulder blades, in your shoulders. You should feel your shoulder blades moving freely. Mike, do you have anything you want to add? Elbows in front of your wrists. Woo! All right, that was about 10 to 20. Our last exercise. I'm going to double check with that. All right. Our last exercise. Let's just get into child's pose. I can't find that last one. Let's get in child's pose. Hold it for about 10 breaths. Okay, we're about a minute on each side. We go left, forward, and to the right. All right, sit back, stretch out your arms, let your chest drop down to your knees. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. After 10 to 15 very smooth breaths, or a minute, you can switch and go to a different position. So right here, I feel a big stretch up the side of my body, my lats, my obliques, okay, down in my QLs even a little bit. Feels really good. Each exhale, I'm sinking a little lower into my hips, a little lower towards the ground, and I'm on every inhale, I'm trying to reach my arms out just a bit more. And you go ahead and switch sides again.
Good.
Yeah. So that was a good workout, everyone. Happy hump day. Get a good meal. What do you have for dinner? You know?
Casserole tonight.
Nice.
Ground turkey.
Yeah. Good protein. Awesome. Having some salmon and some carrots. I'm excited. So, guys, on Friday we're doing a Big Food Friday, right, Mike?
Cheese Friday. We are having spaghetti squash and chicken parmesan, both Italian traditional style as well as whole 30 options. So if you don't want spaghetti squash, you want pasta, you can do that. If you want your spaghetti squash but not whole 30, you can have all your cheese. We're gonna have plenty of options for everybody out there. We're gonna have some Brussels sprouts with balsamic vinegar and bacon, and we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres. We're gonna teach everybody how to make grape ricotta crostinis. Okay, so little pieces of toast with ricotta cheese on it, Italian herbs, and a roasted grape right on top.
And so if you're looking for a shopping list, their shopping list is going to be posted tomorrow. Probably, what do you think, before noon?
I can have posted in about 30 minutes.
Probably have it posted tonight. So check us out. Wait for the shopping list so you can go out and get the stuff. You don't obviously have to make all of it with us, but we'd love for you to join in, make something. Check us out on all our social media. You can find us by SCNR Trading Systems on pretty much everything. You just start typing in SCNR, you'll see the 3 bars come up. Okay, and other than that, we'll see you next week for another Hump Day Hustle, and we'll see you on Friday for Food Friday. Take care. All right.